more currency or change, and vice versa. Each time a poor decision is made, the leader pays out some of the change to the people. All leaders have a certain amount of change in their pockets when they start in a new leadership position. Whatever they do either builds up their change or depletes it. If leaders continuously make bad decisions, they keep paying out change, and when they're out of change, they're out as a leader. Hence, it is vital that good decisions are made to earn and retain the trust of others.
State of North Carolina.
Next slide.
As EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte.
The law of respect.
It's week 4, and we've
In this chapter, Maxwell sheds light on how to Tubman's leadership
taking on the Carolina Panthers.
And bringing people out of slavery to bondage.
Like we were just starting
Her reputation and influence commanded respect, not just among slaves, but influential people nationwide. Despite her circumstances, she became an incredible leader, and people felt compelled to follow her. The key takeaways from this reading were that people don't follow others by accident. They follow individuals whose leadership they respect. In addition, people naturally follow better leaders than themselves, which I agree with 100%. Personally, I gravitate towards leaders that exude excellence. For me, they have set the bar, and I always try to adopt certain approaches from them, which speaks to the level of respect I have for their leadership. The chapter also mentions several ways leaders can gain respect. And the most important one, in my opinion, is demonstrating respect for others, especially to those in lower positions and that have less power. Because when others respect you as a leader, they follow you and happily assist with achieving set objectives.
The big thing for them was the interceptions, and you hear teams all
Next
the time
up,
talking
number
about
8.
establishing themselves against the pass, no-fly zones and things of that nature.
The law of intuition.
Last week's game.
Basically, good leaders have a bias that causes them to look for leadership dynamics first to explain results in an organization or on a team, which develops in them a leadership intuition that informs everything they do and is an inseparable part of who they are. The law of intuition is based on facts, instincts, and other intangible factors such as employee morale, organizational momentum, and relational dynamics. In essence, following your gut or that intuition when it is right can unlock new levels of leadership.
And this was a nice example.
Intuition comes from learned skills and natural
just a
ability,
little underneath
enabling leaders to see matters from a different perspective.
Awfully well.
According to Maxwell, leadership intuition is regarded as the ability of a leader to read what's going on. And a key point from this was that reading people is the most important intuitive skill a leader can have. As leaders, we must be able to read the room, so to speak. For example, during a previous department meeting, I can recall my director pointing out the tension she sensed in the room, and she opened the door for discussion to express concerns before proceeding any further with the agenda. Because of the director's read and the pre-act instinct, she instinctively, almost automatically knew how to approach and address the matter at hand. Sometimes as leaders, you have to trust your intuition in decision making, and emerging leaders are encouraged to become better at trusting their intuition in general. Next slide, please. The 9th law of leadership is the law of magnetism. This refers to who you are as a person is who you attract. It can be based on similarities in generations, attitudes, backgrounds, values, or leadership capabilities. Case in point, Hitler as a leader attracted people with similar unethical values. We even see this magnetic pull across organizations. Take a second to think about the co-workers that take lunch breaks together, for example. They most likely share the same backgrounds or attitudes. However, Maxwell emphasizes that the law of magnetism can be a double-edged sword in leadership. Whereas if others you attract are too much like yourself, your team can have blind spots. It is suggested to recruit people that are different from you so that situations can be approached from another lens or perspective, which is a great idea because as a leader, I think if everyone is like me, my growth and development is hindered in a way because I'm showing myself opportunities to learn from others in that capacity and being most effective in my leadership.
So what's your philosophy here?
The major takeaway from this chapter was that if you want to attract better people, become the kind of person you desire, growing in the areas of character and leadership. Next, we have law number 10.
This is third down.
The law of connection. It is imperative that leaders connect with the heart of their followers. All great leaders and communicators recognize this truth and demonstrate this in their actions. Maxwell shares a story of former President George W. Bush that accurately depicts the law of connection during the September 11th terrorist attack on the World Trade Center and Panther. After the tragic event, the country was fearful and uncertain about the future as it mourned the lives of thousands. Just 4 days after the collapse of the World Trade Center, Bush went to ground zero and spent time with firefighters, rescue workers, and law enforcement officials. He shook their hands, he listened, and thanked everyone for their efforts. There were persons in the crowd shouting that they couldn't hear what he was saying during his speech. And Bush replied, I hear you. The rest of the world hears you. And the people who knocked these buildings down will hear all of us soon. From this response, the people cheered. Spirits were lifted, they felt validated, and they felt understood. Bush had connected with them in a way no one had seen him do prior to that moment. So establishing a solid connection with others by prioritizing them and showing their value is crucial to effective leadership and is beneficial in developing leader credibility and demonstrating that you genuinely care for others. The author further highlights that in order to lead well, you must touch people's hearts before you ask them for a hand. In other words, you can't move people to action unless you first move them with emotion.
One of the Panthers' big off-season acquisitions. Here's Miles Sanders.
In some organizations that I previously worked in, leaders only viewed employees as a number. And so they cared about what you could do for them in regards to meeting their goals and conforming to their agenda. Leaders didn't care about building that emotional connection, and ultimately there was a mass exodus within the organization because of this disconnect in leadership. Maxwell reiterates, the stronger the relationship you form with followers, the greater the connection you form, and the more likely followers will want to help you. Additionally, the author recommends a few ways to support connection, and leading by example stood out to me the most because I believe authenticity and integrity are essential in leadership practices, and it really facilitates building these important relationships and connections.
Things can spin out of control.
Also important to note is connecting with people one at a time.
They're now back in a good
As
spot.
leaders, recognizing that even in a group setting, you have to relate to others as individuals. President Ronald Reagan is an excellent example of a leader who was able to connect with both audiences and individuals. His ability to develop rapport with an audience is reflected in the nickname he received as president, the Great Communicator, and he also has the ability to touch the hearts of individuals close to him.
Can you do it all game long?
When leaders relate to their people as individuals, actively listen, show appreciation, and really, truly connect with them, people will follow them to the ends of the earth with hesitation. Next slide, please.
Well, they just watched the other team take the ball downfield and score, so they knew that this drive.
At number 11, the law of the weakness circle.
Pick up that first down there and keep this one
This
going.
law asserts that those closest to you essentially determine the level of your success.
Have them up near midfield now
Because
on
leaders
first and
do
10.
not accomplish goals on their own. Every leader needs a team of people.
Snap and then the give to Sanders.
And when you surround yourself with talented individuals with various skill sets, they collectively contribute to leadership success. The author mentions the success of Lance Armstrong, one of the most talented athletes in the world. As a cycling legend, Armstrong has achieved numerous Tour de France titles. However, he acknowledged this that despite his extraordinary abilities, without his team, specifically his coach, sports director, various sponsors, and other cyclists, he would not have won a single Tour title, since they each brought unique skills to the team. But it is important to note that sometimes people in your inner circle can also impact the effectiveness of your leadership. So therefore, leaders must be cognizant of those persons in their inner circle and evaluate what they truly bring to the table. Maxwell reveals that the inner circle team should have shared values, compensate for your weak areas, add value to you, and make you an overall better leader. On the other hand, the outer circle serves a unique purpose as well. This group helps to spark and generate creativity, uncover the bigger picture, and remove you from your comfort zone. I think it is necessary for a leader to be challenged in this capacity in effort to maximize their leadership potential, expand their vision, and simply just evolve. Because as the saying goes, iron sharpens iron, and to be effective in today's dynamic workforce, building a strong outer circle is so essential. So the main takeaway from this chapter is that leaders developing strong inner and outer circles can achieve the highest level of success. Next page.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this
question
ends without a touchdown because
Maxwell mentions that if leaders have broken trust with others in the past, they must make things right. Can anyone share an experience of mistrust in their organization and describe how leadership attempted to regain the trust of their employees? And do you think the leader's character will be reinstated as well? Please elaborate.
Well, that's complete to Sanders. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard.
Feel free to take your time if you have all minutes. We're not moving on to someone else's.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he gets the first down.
That also a career-long kick for the veteran Charles.
Yeah, about what he just got done there. We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great.
I'll give it a try. There was a situation last year with my principal
will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 6-3 is our score after one. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
How her position to kind of intimidate a few of the other teachers on staff, and when she was confronted for it, she kind of basically made it seem so the teachers were crazy, like quote unquote, and
the Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive
and it basically turned the school into people like we have that heavy foul over the school that just felt that it was the harmony, that was the score, that was the disconnect. Even during the school about tension, we had a staff meeting to talk about it, and we shut it down. They moved the over, and it was, that was it. Then after that was the teachers who were intimidated either went to the social media, went to the news outlet, and that turned into a whole big thing. And it was also being transferred, and even at the, at school having a conclave or a seminar, even her being there, it still affected us. Still as a person and another. So, I think that the character was in her not as strong as Bruce because of the situation that happened. a lot of teams were affected by it, and it was the person with the high power at the negotiation to that center didn't do anything but transfer the teacher. Transfer the principal. So seeing her in that setting again as a principal at another school, it still felt like nothing was resolved. So I would say that the only thing happened was she got transferred, but there was no consequence for her intervention.
Now they'll change things up.
Victimizations of other teachers. So I don't know my answer to the question. Okay, internet experience, and I don't think that her account is there yet.
He's got it inside the 12, down to the 17.
It would be in a more negative light other teachers would have seen the report on the news and everything. And, talk. So right now, characters of what will transpire at the school. So it will require her to work hard to prove that she's not this person anymore. There's no problem. She needs people to work. And so it's up to her now to I be the person to admit that and try to become better person you are.
She says my Bohemian
I just can be reinstated just
Bohemian Queen.
I said you're Bohemian. I said 100% child. I said my husband's name is, and she said, so you all
and I told him how clear me to continue.
Say it again.
I said, and she said, so you on that too?
Oh.
You just make sure you never back
Yes.
up and you never retreat.
Yeah.
Really on the line of scrimmage.
She's right. You on that come.
You guys tried, but I have trouble with
Yeah.
She says, oh my God.
Right. The torture. The torture. Yeah.
It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Leaders don't empower their followers. They inevitably limit their organization's success because others aren't allowed to reach their full
This Carolina offense at the line,
potential. There are
ready to
three
go. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them three.
So
Now
we just
we're
want
trying to do
that
better and
if
find the
they're
end
part
zone.
of the
In our
conference,
experience,
they might ask them not to this might happen in the future, but being an able to train is a very valuable skill. If the people that you meet are always successful, you will realize that they are successful because of how you treat them and train them.
With him just kicking the extra
The
points as
second
well.
one is the fear of change by nature. People resist change. As a kid, you must
Had to settle for
fight
three
against
last
fear.
drive, hoping this
People
second go around ends in 6.
in
Good
group
position,
organization,
first and 10.
you must be willing to not only to change, but
Throw there, incomplete.
very good
seeing
change.
from this
The
defense
third
because
one
their
is
coverage
fear
has been
of
playing at a
avoidance.
shutdown level so far. Even
If
back
you're
up
self-conscious,
late, they're
you
forcing
think that the
incompletions
person
and
don't have
fighting to
any
keep them in the
power
end zone
or
as the first
don't
time
have any
winds
power
down.
themselves.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a
Start
second
conscious
and
about
10.
it, they're not
Running
getting
right,
scared with
here's
others.
Sanders.
That a single person can make a change because that person is themselves
The
a problem.
downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed
You don't
towards the
have
ball
to be,
carrier with the bandit.
A yard, all they need, but it's third
you don't have to
down.
push people down in order to
They'll try
show
to run
that
for it with
they
Sanders.
have the potential of being
Taking it across for the Panthers touchdown.
I ran up in the second year of admin as an actor. When I first came,
Back to within a score.
I took over
They were looking to
everything on
pick up
my
the first
own,
down
and I
on
didn't
third
know
and
how
short. They
to
got a little more
spread
than
it
they
around
bargained
and
for,
delegate.
finding the end
I
zone
was
as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders standing to the line of scrimmage partners. So if you can get
Yes,
past
I
that
didn't
first
even
wave,
know about the law
there's usually room to roam.
then.
And he found
But
it.
once I started delegating, I started learning the
Here's
from
Pinheiro
others,
to kick it
and I
off.
started learning how they can help me carry my load, and I started delegating stuff. It became
Yeah, that'll be a little too
more
hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone
lucky
for a
because it
touchback
was
here.
heavy because it was a two school, and I was trying to get it. Like, you know how you first get in, you try to work hard and pick it up on yourself to try to, hey, I have power, I can do it. But I couldn't do it on my own. I had to delegate in order for for me to be successful. So that's how I can relate to
here are the Vikings now to start their next
the
drive.
empowerment.
And now last drive so successful with the
So now I'm on my
ending
second
in a
year, and it's
touchdown.
doing
Do you
better.
stick with that formula?
And so that's why it's good to delegate. And not only that, it makes me realize that the benefits of the work culture, and also
If you put it in the air,
you're not
three
stuck
things
in
can happen.
professional school.
Bad.
Because I wanted to grow myself as an admin, and I wanted to
Hawkinson
protect
going to have
the
the Vikings first down as he's up to the 40-yard line.
Have you had to apply the law in Congress?
73 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a second down and 4. Cunningham to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete. That incompletion certainly makes it like coming third down.
I use the law in public trying to date it. I think as we grow up, not educated, I have to polish the game.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Cunningham.
So that mindset is so then that kind of transition when I became a leader. And I've had to always share leadership and
2
mentor
minutes
that way.
remaining in this first
That's the way that I
half of
felt that it's
football.
successful in the classroom. And I kind of do that on a daily basis. So it's a practice that I kind of use daily.
From the 34, here's first and 10.
Well, it's definitely worked for me, I can say. The better question if you would ask my mentees, I would say, or my students, if that would be.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I've definitely noticed when you empower individuals with the right mindset, the right skill set, you definitely it changes their ability and it also increases their confidence level.
Now a second and 10. Jefferson going to go in motion right.
The second one is Law Patterson, because the law.
And this one
Picture. Where you don't see the bottom two things both have high in between and high
first and second down.
The
They gotta
leaders
worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what?
for this one, they use a picture of the company that they're trying to put together. That person was starting
they were going back to him after in the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run
after Normandy, and then the battalion executive officer. He finished his military career with the rank of major. By the time he was done, he held his mentor at the highest level, and he always led from in front of setting by example and taking the risk along with his men. His philosophy of leadership simply as
Joseph is good, and that's going to
whenever
help
his
the lead to
troops
15 to 10.
So
they were able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with
one of the
points.
most
Most quarterbacks would say,
remarkable
let's end it with a kick, right?
demonstrated
A
with his way
PAT,
of leading
that's
by
number
example
one.
occurred
Field goal you'll take.
after the
You
day
really don't
of
want
the
to do
road
that. In this
of
case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Easy company.
Amir Smith-Marset now from his end zone. And tackle
As
at
the
the
American
21-yard line,
was
so
under
a
his
net
command,
negative there
he
of 4
approached
yards.
town. He became pinned down by the German. Machine guns fired. He handed the ditch. Then when they moved forward, when ordered, yet he didn't move. They would eventually be cut to pieces. So
The Panthers out
show
there and
that
ready to begin their next
there's
drive.
and
Looking at this situation, Charles, you got more in a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing...
He's got him in, complete.
And he summed up his collector as always
42 yards. There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
Then he had to, the thing under pressure.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here is Young. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The next one is the wrong one.
The incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world.
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Many people who approach the area of vision and leadership have that backward. They believe that if the cause is good enough, people would automatically buy in and follow their lead. But that's not how leadership really works. People don't at first follow worthy causes. They follow worthy leaders who promote causes they can believe in.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Having an understanding that changes.
They'll set up to throw.
The whole approach to
He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst.
Panthers
going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just
you
saw
cannot separate
there,
the leader.
He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes
You cannot
about
separate
his
the leader
business.
from
230,
the
240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counting on to be that inline point of attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They look for the
once more.
The only time people will follow the leader is the
give him a couple on the scramble at 2nd down. Another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down. So smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup.
And when the followers don't like the leader,
it'll go as a gain of 4. Now they're going to have a 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
It is, if they don't like the leader, they will go and find another one.
Here's 3rd down and
That's
4.
one of the reasons that coaches change his team so often in professional sports.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
The team always stays the same. Everyone wants to win a championship,
Young will
but
set
the
to
player
throw.
always believes that in the leader. And when they don't, what happens? When they don't get fired,
There, got in at the last
they don't
second,
fire all
forced
the
the
players.
ball free,
They fire the
and
leader.
kept them out of the end
That bring
zone.
in something else in the hope that they will bring the championship home. So the talent level is most
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the 1st half. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. This is a good from Panther. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal here.
What a luxury it is to have a independent ball partner because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a
But as long as
touchback.
they buy into the leader and they're really opt out to reject them, they will keep following. An example is a Gregory of 20 player. He had a great long 3 times, yet at the same time the majority of the people of Great Britain were against Blair's policy in the Republic of the Nation in the war.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. That's down the field for Jefferson. And that's going to be incomplete. That's That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
When people believe in their leader and their vision, they will follow their leader no matter how bad the conditions get or how much the odds are against them.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Long before they became, Churchill became Prime Minister in the 1940s.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. So out of the locker rooms, here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing. Right? Sometimes you're discouraged by what you're down. In this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at the play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3.
In the house of the matter of great success.
They'll go again with Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it to 60 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so open. And in this case, it will be inside.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle to the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a second and 6.
The great German, stood along facing the threat of German. When Hitler indicated that he wanted to make
incomplete.
Trucks of the
Pretty
fire.
good shot as he tried to pull it
began
away. Couldn't hang on third down.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The guard troops, he sending them out for supplies. He directed
Young on third down.
Game.
And a double coverage, it's intercepted. Picked up by Terry
At last,
and the Vikings are going to take
whatever
at the 28-yard
game was,
line.
he said he can answer with one word: victory, victory. All the cause victory in spite of all terror, victory, however long and hard.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here of the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
That's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
The last one is law of
action. It's Cunningham.
the law of
And that was going to be off target and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing third and 10 after the incompletion.
To show the power of technology. The first was called Look to People.
Now Cunningham.
It shows two animated desks left interacting as a parent of the child. Usually in those days, after showing any kind of flow, the software chance of connecting for yardage, but they didn't know how it was going to come out. And if it was going to be the significant
this will be taken at the 13.
On the kids' part of the
A big kick there.
So that's one that
56 yards on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, first and 10.
How they connected
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular. If they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing that first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, and try to get to the ball even faster.
And quickly, they get to the
So little by little,
it's Young, first down.
people start
And on
watching
the catch right
and
side,
then
this is Sanders. He gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Because he wanted to take it further. The company greatest challenge at that time was
Sanders here as they run out of the gun.
he continued to
And good work there in open space. So he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
the team
From the 32
started
now,
to
here's
make
first and 10.
animated commercials. And this was all Pixar's work. And it was difficult at first,
Young to throw it.
after that, they then also
Pass complete. Finds Thomas right across the middle. Taking it to the 15-yard line before it's brought down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Brandon, we talk about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're a strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
And got $100 million both of
Now here's Young.
movie Pixar and
Quick
the
throw here, that's complete. He's brought down. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn the field and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up for the first and goal from very short range.
Because it makes when you have no momentum, either the simplest task is impossible. But once you start seeing the big picture, you start getting momentum, it motivates you.
Sanders.
To the point that you
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they step up behind the line.
out of
They're
the
going to
way,
bring
and
back to the line
that
now.
was dark. Like, it started doing a lot at the beginning of the game.
Throw left side, pulled in by Mingo. Jonathan Mingo with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Panthers have taken the lead in this third quarter. And they're going down to have the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
As leaders, we understand that activity is not necessarily
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
I tell you about most precious assets if we don't allocate efficiently to withstand our
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They get going.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and they're going to speed things up here.
There's somebody that's that can do something 80% of us. Throughout the book, we can see an example where leadership has nothing to do with conquering, has everything to do with progress.
On first and 10, Cunningham. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hawkinson.
We're spending a lot of time traveling. And to be exact, it's 27 days. Each member of the team was 27 days a year traveling. Full days, like 24 hours. So you have to look at that Atlanta was the airport was easy for them to travel.
They'll run on first down.
It was an easy decision.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8.
So I believe that sometimes you can afford
That you're going to write home about, but still, a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down.
You're setting very
well for the rest of the drive.
That you can use to better final passes. The first one's the vertical.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
And he's seen that is true for every task. If you have a business, 80% of revenue comes from 20% of customer. And that's also true for the analysts.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
Customer comes 20% revenue. Though they're tracking the numbers,
completes this to Addison out left.
Sometimes it's 70 30,
from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
The key takeaway is that minority of the efforts allocated to the right pass,
down on the scoreboard,
most important.
expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming.
Moving on, all that stuff. Requirement.
Jordan Addison.
This question should always ask
the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
In your area of life, don't start with
those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the fourth quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it in the fourth quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
What gives you the greatest return? As you progress in your career, you'll begin to discover that not every activity yields the same amount of result. Which is what I was talking about earlier. You know, delegate the task that somebody in your team can do, a person has well.
They'll try and throw for it.
The third part is just the personal satisfaction, which is the reward. Sometimes not every task has to be part of the sometimes part of something that gives you some satisfaction. For example, in the business world, a lot of people like to do golf. Just because golfing doesn't contribute to their business revenue, doesn't mean you should contribute. I mean, you should stop doing it. It's giving you the greatest reward for the person's satisfaction.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
But you must also address the first 2 points of the person's satisfaction. So how do I
get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23
every year? I'll think of they'll come. For example, this year, my word of the year was great. But there's a lot of tests that I would have tried, a lot of new things that I would have tried. But I think this year was a great career. The next year, my word of the year is mastery. So the task that I learned this, the new hobbies that I picked up this year, I think is mastery the things. And throughout that time, I look at my
offense at the line, ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there in the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
But that is not always true. That is not always true. And if you only in leadership for the first start and for the week, as many of my players,
there he goes. Now he's loose.
The reality is leadership is
going to get this all the way down. Vikings 38 yards.
Oh, love February 2nd. What is that? You want to go? Let's do it.
So how about that for a
I ain't been a concern in so long.
Inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Another run here with Sanders.
Huh?
And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm wondering if they might need to sub him out for a play or two because after that long run he just had on the previous play, he might not have all of his breath back.
And they went right back to that well. Different result.
So there are 4 things I listed in the slide that you most know about the law of sacrifice. The first one, there is no success without sacrifice.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Every sacrifice and all this is ours to be the best out there to benefit sports. Also, parents build their free time and they're able to their children. You sacrifice your free time to be good for them.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could do your chances of a comeback. So it's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Life is a series of trade-offs. For everything you miss, you gain something else. And for everything you gain, you miss something. So leaders must also give up to be an effective leaders.
A field goal from this spot will be 51 yards. He'll try to move it closer on 3rd down.
As I previously mentioned, under confessional leadership, that leadership gets an easy route or a good job or whatever you want. And you get you get all the praise, but that's not always the case. When things go bad, the leaders also
the middle they go with Sanders.
The leadership is so about
Sanders, his 2nd touchdown.
Yeah, no
responsibility. And the Panthers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down in the red zone. They can set up the stop the run, try to move them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Most people acknowledge that sacrifice is necessary in the early stage.
They'll turn to Sanders, and he'll get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead.
The problem for leaders is that when they think that they have to bring the right, stop making sacrifices.
Now after the touchdown, here's
sacrifice is an
Panther
ongoing process, not a one-time thing. The leaders have to give up to go up. They must continue to give up to stay up. Once you stop sacrificing, somebody else will go up
past the 30.
John said it best. He says that leadership success requires continuous change, constant improvement, and ongoing sacrifice. I think that summarizes leadership in this time. Leadership is all about sacrifice. And number 4,
here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And as a previous one mentioned, the higher you go,
now first down throw, Cunningham. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
So moving up to the next ball. The law of timing. I'd like to talk about the law of timing.
The drive continues as they search for a time touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Cunningham looking to throw. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson.
So an example that we can
Calling a
take
gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
The spirit of Halloween, wait the week of Halloween to start putting the products out, you will lose a lot of revenue. Because a lot of people start ordering a lot of stuff before that week, the Halloween week starts. So when to lead is as important as what to do and what to do. And it's not enough to make the right decision. Also, make sure that the timing is right. Now, I understand the best time to
big plays we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, Merritt. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? He's been power running. He decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't he?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
So the 4 I count, 1 action after 1 time, which means a disaster. Right action after 1 time, which is a success. And wrong action after right time, which is a mistake. The reaction at the right time.
First down, it's Cunningham.
Catch
is made by Hawkinson, the tight end.
And a perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
It was too late to mandate that. The mere full leadership set a series of more action at the one time. For example, he would have to was put to the back position. Then also he picked up the core location for the shelter for the last resort. Picked up the super dome for the last resort. Although this thing may not be as high for us,
now second and 4.
But as a leader, if you take the long action at the wrong time,
they'll try the left side. Merritt. And he will score. Touchdown.
Right action at the right. Right action at the wrong time.
Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. The hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what, I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. They do take on the extra point as well, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
For example, somebody can have more experience than you. Might have to rely on their experience. You have wisdom. You know what to pick up right action out the right time. Moving on. The wrong action at the right time. The wrong action at the right time is a mistake. Common example is in the stock market when people are trading. Sometimes you sell a stock too early.
Now this one's setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his will get at the 25.
So the greatest mistake I think anybody would know have a loss and they investment to maximize safety in business. Like I mentioned, the stock market is an industry in business. Moving on. The right action at the right time. When the leaders, the right time.
This is first and 10.
I don't even listen to achieve this goal. We've been incredible leaders and give momentum.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll get this out just shy of the 30. They'll come up now on second down.
The leadership work that we have. We see, when they talk about leaders have
left, it's Sanders. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. They'll run with Sanders, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Moving on, last one.
They looked like they were playing for the pass. It was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So the greater the challenge you put out, the greater the deal. None of us can do a tackle alone. We have to do people else.
Here's Sanders. And unable to get downhill there, so take this up to about the 37.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who gets excited about that?
Absolutely. Those defense are saying go right ahead with those.
So that's why the opposite
throw. He completes this one to Mingo. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he will get balls here as well. Big yardage, they start the clock. And he moves to the middle of the field goal range as well.
get
All
5
three
minutes.
timeouts remain. How much that'll matter remains to be seen. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Sometimes we feel the tension between where we want to be as an organization and where we currently are. As we're constantly trying to find ways to.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead right up the middle. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
If you develop yourself, you can experience personal success. If you develop your team,
boy, here's your big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now.
Explosive.
Here's a run play now with Shark.
Accomplishable value in all of it.
Look at this, middle of the field.
Maximize the
And he's in for the touchdown. In the final seconds. Forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this. This is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that
Another
we get to
concept
be
that
here
I'm talking
to
about
watch
is
this one.
so adding other good little tools.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to
Every
kick it
follower
off.
has the talent and effort of one person. And for every leader you have, you get the talent and effort. Not only the talent and effort of that person.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
The leaders matter. So here are some key differences between leaders who attract followers and leaders who attract followers and leaders who attract.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
The leaders who attract followers will quickly be good because they need somebody to guide. Leaders who find ways to think outside of the box.
Completes this to Jefferson. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone.
And leaders will attract and the leaders will attract leaders that go to the top. That's up 30% for leaders that this time. Leaders will attract followers who will weaknesses. Leaders will attract leaders who will show.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
Leaders will attract
It's
followers who
incomplete, so their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield. One final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest.
So for Carolina, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gordon. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Influence of the people that you have in your organization, those who attract leaders. They might know people that you may not know, but just because you know them, you have a connection with the person that you did not through that. Moving on to the law of legacy. And before I continue, for my question, my request and things, so I'm going to just say it now. So my question is, what do you want your legacy to be? So as I'm going through this, I want you guys to think of what do you want your legacy to be? And for the law of legacy, our time here on earth is finite. So one day we will die, and someone else will have to continue the race. So what do you want people to say at your funeral? These are questions that we have to ask ourselves. What do we want to see happen after we're done? If we're leading an organization, what do we want to see happen after we're done? What do we want our legacy to be? If you want your leadership to have meaning, you need to take into account a lot of legacy. Because leaders